Welcome to Sumo Logic. So I assume you just got a new account. And if this is the first time you log on, you probably look at a screen similar to this. You can X out of it. And today we're not going to talk about loading data into the system, but instead we're going to assume that someone already loaded that data for you. And we want to know how do we proceed, how we start searching that data. So first things to note is if you're presented with this screen, one of the things that you can do is you can start searching your data by one of these metadata fields. Collector, source, source category, and so on. I'm going to choose source category, which is what we normally suggest. And you will notice that the system presents me with the different options of source categories available to me. I'm going to choose Apache Access, which most people know about. If I click Start, what just happened is it looked for the last 15 minutes worth of data that exists for Apache Access source category. You can change this time frame for anything that is in here, let's say the last 60 minutes. Or what if I wanted the last 45 minutes, which doesn't exist as an option? No worries. I can say minus 45M, or D for days, or H for hours, and you get the point. If I say last 45 minutes and hit enter, this is now searching for the last 45 minutes worth of data. Or perhaps I actually want 15 minutes worth of data, but with a 30-minute offset. So that is from minute 45 to minute 30. So really only 15 minutes worth of data that I'm pulling in here. Great. As you can expect as well, you can filter your data. Maybe I just want to see those messages that have a status code of 404. And you notice that there was no need for me to put an AND because it was implicit. So now I'm grabbing those messages that have a 404. But perhaps that's also bringing me back messages that have 404 in the size. So what I'm going to do instead is I'm going to do a little bit of parsing so that I can really pull out those fields that I care for. What I'm going to do is I'm going to grab a message like this one, and I'm going to say, grab everything all the way up to this end over here and parse that selected text. Fantastic. I can now say this is going to be my URL, and then I'm going to have something that says HTTP URL. Then I'm going to grab the status code, which is in here, and I'm also going to grab size, which is in here. So I can say status code and size. Fantastic. I can now click submit, and what's going to happen is Sumo Logic is going to build that parsing statement for me. If I run this now for the last 15 minutes, or the 15 minutes that I had chosen, what you'll see is my message is still here on my right-hand side, but the fields that I decided to parse are now here on this side already parsed. Let's make a more intelligent query now. What if I wanted to count by status codes? So I can do a count by status code. Since status code is already a parsed field, I can search for that. And I can get myself a nice little count of status codes for these 15 minutes worth of data. So as I expected, most of them are 200s.